Water. It's one of our most precious resources, but our water supplies are limited. 97.5% of the Earth's water is salty, and only 2.5% is fresh water. But over 2/3 of this fresh water is locked in the polar ice caps and glaciers. This leaves only 0.5% in our lakes, rivers and groundwater for agricultural, industrial and personal use. But due to pollution, the quality of this water is under threat. According to the World Health Organization, only 0.007% of the world's total water supply is safe for consumption, and this minuscule amount needs to be shared by the more than 7 billion people on the planet. And this water is not distributed evenly throughout the world. 1.2 billion people live in areas of water scarcity in places such as southwestern United States, India, Spain, North Africa, Australia and northern China. At the same time, demand for water is intensifying. Over the last 100 years, global population has tripled and water consumption has increased sixfold. But our total water supply has remained unchanged. More people are now using a lot more of the same limited amount of water. And what has driven this exponential increase in water consumption? A growing middle class in the emerging markets has been one key contributor. As disposable incomes rise, eating habits change, and people tend to eat more meat. It takes 1,300 liters of water to produce 1 kilo of wheat, and 3,400 liters for 1 kilo of rice. But 15,500 liters of water are required to produce 1 kilo of beef. And with continued population growth and prosperity, meat consumption is expected to double by 2050. At this rate, by 2030, total demand for water will exceed the available global supply by 40%. But what can be done to address our water challenges? Innovative companies are developing solutions that can help alleviate water scarcity, enhance the quality of water, and enable the more efficient use of this precious resource. For example, agriculture accounts for 70% of total water consumption, depleting groundwater resources in some regions. By adopting technologies such as micro-drip irrigation, farmers can significantly reduce the amount of water used to grow their crops by up to 70 to 80%. Urbanization and industrialization are also putting pressure on our freshwater resources. Industrial activity accounts for about 20% of global water consumption. Everything from our clothing and electronic gadgets to electricity generation requires vast amounts of water, and in the process, industrial wastewater is discharged into waterways, polluting our water. Industrial water recycling technologies such as advanced filtration and zero-discharge closed-loop water recycling systems can help alleviate some of the strain on our water supply while limiting water pollution. At the same time, as more people in developing countries move to cities, entire water distribution networks, sanitation systems, and wastewater treatment facilities need to be installed, generating demand for pipes, engineering, and construction. While in developed countries, an aging infrastructure desperately needs upgrading. Up to 30% of water in cities in developed countries is lost to leaks. But metering systems and advanced sensors can help utilities pinpoint leaks and fix them without digging up entire city blocks. But there are other ways to increase the available freshwater supply. Some countries in water-scarce coastal regions, such as Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Spain, are turning to desalination to meet their growing demand for water. For example, Singapore plans to increase its desalination capacity to meet up to 30% of its total water needs by 2060. Companies that provide desalination technologies can help make this possible. RobecoSam invests in these and many other solution providers to the global water challenge. But investing in water solutions is more than just providing people with access to water. It's also about capitalizing on long-term growth opportunities and enhancing portfolio returns. The water industry is expected to grow from about $500 billion today to $1 trillion by 2020. RobecoSam Sustainable Water Strategy, mobilizing capital to enable the sustainable use of our water resources.